Hello students. In the last video, we have completed the physiographical divisions of India and Brazil. Now, we will be discussing about the Indian and Brazil drainage system. What is in my drainage system? Drainage system, it is the river system. Okay, so let's start. So, we will start with the drainage system of Brazil. Yes, if you see in your textbook on page number 19, so you will get that drainage of Brazil. So here there are three major river basins: Amazon Basin, Paraguay-Paraná system in the southwest, São Francisco in the eastern part of highland, and other rivers at the coast. These all are given in your textbook on page number 19. But actually this river span, it is divided into four parts: Amazon Basin and its river system, and second is Paraguay-Paraná river system, third is São Francisco or São Brazil river system, and fourth is small rivers which flow or run along the coastline, that is the coastal rivers. So this Brazil drainage system, it is divided into Amazon Basin, Paraguay-Paraná Basin, São Francisco, and fourth one is coastal rivers. Now, so students, we will start with the Amazon Basin. Amazon collects its headwaters from the eastern slopes of Andes Mountains in Peru. Actually, it starts from Peru because the origin of river Amazon is in the Peru in the Andes Mountains. It is a very huge river. Majority part of this river is in the Brazil. The headwater discharge comes about 2 lakh cubic meter per seconds, and due to this river becomes a largest river with the great water discharge in the world. Yes, it goes into the Atlantic Ocean in the Brazil itself. Yes, the special characteristics of that Amazon river is that it is floods water carried by Amazon river is so huge. It is carrying a lot of sediments, but actually water carried by river is so huge that these sediments are flushes with the water and not deposited in the channel. Okay, Amazon washes of the land load supplied to it from the catchment, and hence sediments are not deposited even at the mouth. Yes, whatever mud is flushed into the sea, whatever mud is there, it flushed into the sea, and therefore even having a large amount of sediments, Amazon river never forms any delta. It will if we look width of Amazon river, it is about 150 kilometer. Okay, it is a very huge river. Amazon river is very useful, very suitable for navigation also. Now, Paraguay-Paraná system. These two rivers are located in the southwestern part of Brazil. Paraguay-Paraná river system controls Paraguay-Paraná basin. It comprises of very small area. This river system has got slope in the southern direction. Yes, these rivers, they go beyond. Now, Paraguay-Paraná system. These two rivers are located in the southwestern part of Brazil. Paraguay-Paraná river system controls Paraguay-Paraná basin. It comprises of very small area. This river system has got slope in the southern direction. Yes, these rivers, they go beyond basin and reaches into the river Plata in Argentina. These two rivers are River Uruguay in extreme south of highlands collects their headwaters from southern part of highlands. Now, next is São Francisco. It is the third important river of Brazil. The entire basin of this river is within Brazil. It occupies the eastern portion of the highlands. The coast of South Brazil is towards the north in the beginning, and after about 1000 kilometer it turns towards the east. That is, it takes sharp eastward turns and enter the coastal strip along the Atlantic Ocean. It is a major river in the Brazil. Now, coastal rivers. Brazil has a number of short coastal rivers, that is, many small and swift rivers. These rivers have their origin in the Great Escarpment and they flow swiftly in the coastal areas. These rivers are more important because they feed the city and the settlements along the coastal plain, as well as they are important for the irrigation in this region. So, some of these rivers are Pranhita and river Itapecuru, flowing northward meet the North Atlantic Ocean. Now we will say about the drainage system of India. So this drainage system of India is also divided into Himalayan drainage or Himalayan rivers, or and second is peninsular rivers. It also called as the Deccan Plateau rivers. But we will say Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers. So let's see about Himalayan rivers. So Himalayan drainage or Himalayan river system covers two major river system, Sindhu river system and next is Ganga river system. Actually the Himalaya rivers have their origin in Himalayas from the various glaciers and reaching in either Arabian Sea or the Bay of Bengal. So Himalayan river system such as Sindhu river system and its tributaries and Ganga river system and its tributaries. Most of the major rivers in Himalayas originate from various glaciers and hence they are peninsular rivers. In summers, when glaciers melt, water increases and during monsoon they flood. Satluj, Jhelum, Chenab and Ravi are important tributaries of Sindhu and they drain the western Himalayas, that is, they flow through the state of Jammu and Kashmir. They flow almost parallel to each other. Satluj originates near Mansarovar and flows westward. Punjab plains have been formed from the depositional work of this river and its tributaries. Sindhu flows through Pakistan and thereafter meets the Arabian Sea. Now, River Ganga and its tributaries. The River Ganga originates from the Gangotri Glacier and crosses the Himalayas to become an east flowing river. Many tributaries flow in the similar way. Yamuna, which originates at Yamunotri, is a major tributary of Ganga. Another major tributary of the Ganga flows through the northern part of the Greater Himalayas, crosses the Himalayas to entire India. When it flows through the Himalayas, it is known as Yesangpo. When it crosses the Himalayas, it is known as Dihang. And its eastward flow thereafter is known as Brahmaputra. On time to time, basis, Ganga meets its tributaries and hence its discharge increases. Ganga receives Brahmaputra as its tributary and reaches Bangladesh. Huge volume of both water as well as deposition, it led to the formation of a large delta. Okay, so beside these Himalayan rivers, Ganga receives a number of tributaries from peninsula, that is Chambal, Ken, Betwa, Shon, Damodar, etc. Now, the peninsular rivers. So, peninsular rivers are classified into westward flowing rivers and eastward flowing rivers. Okay, so westward flowing rivers means the rivers meeting the Arabian Sea. When that westward flowing rivers that occupy the area between the Western Ghats and the Arabian coastline, these are short inland but they are swift. These condition of short and swift river system exist in the state of Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra and southern Gujarat. Towards north, there are rivers. The rivers are Tapi, Narmada, Mahi and Sabarmati. These all flow into the Gulf of Khambat. Among them, Tapi and Narmada, these two rivers flow slowly through rift valleys. River Mahi flows from northeast to southwest direction, whereas River Sabarmati collects its headwaters from the southern slope of Aravali ranges, flows in the north-south direction. River Luni originates along the western slope of Aravali range and flows in the northwest to southeast direction to meet the Gulf of Kutch. Yes, you must have to see in the map that is given all that rivers where how they are flowing. So you have to see in the that map of India main rivers and lakes of India on page number 21. Okay. Now eastward flowing rivers. Rivers meet the rivers meeting the Bay of Bengal. So the important river that drain most of the area of the peninsula and flow towards the Bay of Bengal are Godavari, Krishna, Mahanadi and Kaveri. Mahanadi basin occupies the northeastern part of the peninsula. Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri, these rivers originate in the eastern slope of the Western Ghats. Okay. In terms of catchment area, yes, river Godavari is the second largest river system in India. Everyone knows that. The basin of river Krishna, it is located to the south of river Godavari. Bhima and Tungabhadra, these two rivers are its major tributaries of this Godavari. Now, river Kaveri flows to the state of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, and it is one of the major rivers of peninsula and has been used for irrigation since a long time. So here we have completed our lesson that physiography and drainage. You must have to read the lesson and complete your assignment that you will get soon. Thank you.